So I'll record the whole session with the audio, everything, and then I'll post the link here also, so that in case if you miss any time any session, right? So you can see it and then you can cope it up. Okay. Okay. Now let's go through the first thing. Okay. I'm going to introduce myself little. I'm going to tell you guys about myself. Okay. What is my quick background, and then we will get it on with right on. Okay. So basically, I was a. Did you start the call? Yes. I think we're going to have this problem continuously. Who we have? Yeah, Abhijit is also here. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Okay, so basically, I was a C++. I started as a C++ developer, and then I moved on to. I became a Java. I moved on to Java, and then I was Java developer for about 3 years. So my development background was about like 5 to 6 years, and then after that, I moved on to testing, automation testing. I've been automation tester for past 6 years. I worked in a lot in I've worked in some in performance system. I've worked a lot in UI testing as well. So I worked in JSP as well. So yeah, worked in load testing. I have worked in C sharp actually. So I covered a lot of areas actually. So basically, but Java is my base, and then I worked in C sharp. I worked in the .NET. I worked in ASP as well. So a lot of things actually. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to talk about a little bit about Java first of all. Okay, so how Java evolved and everything, because the first session is going to be introduction and installation and all those things to get it up to speed actually. Okay, from next session only we are going to jump into the coding and jump into the coding, do some real stuff in Java. Okay, so bear with me for this session. Okay, so basically what is Java? Let me quickly explain to you. Okay, so there was a first program called as Basic was there. It was invented in I think in 1970s. So from Basic, right, everyone would have heard about C and C++. Okay, C was developed. Okay, from that, right, C was really good program, and then it was pretty much all the operating system which you know today, right? Linux, then Windows, and then Mac, right? Everything is built on C only. I mean, when I say C programming, is not write down the inside the real programming for the operating system, right? Everything is done in the C programming itself. Okay, from the C programming, C++ was evolved. Okay, what the difference between C and C++ is, right? They just have something called OOPS concept, which we'll be seeing deep inside coming down the line. Okay, so only difference between C and C++ is object-oriented programming. Okay, don't worry if you don't know what that is. We will be seeing that. Okay, and then the real difference between C++ and Java, right? They didn't add any features, but they improved all the existing features whatever in the C++ in the Java. The main difference is like now there is a concept called as pointers, which was available in C and C++, which was very big deal actually back in the days. They completely got rid of it in the Java, so that's why you never heard of most of you will never hear any word called as pointers nowadays actually. But when I was started out, when I did my coding, when I learned my coding, right, pointers was everything. So they got rid of it completely, and then they made life easier. That's why Java is easy to learn. If you want to learn C++, right, you have it won't be as you can't learn it as quickly as Java. You need a lot of experience. There's a lot of logic and all those things involved. Okay, so there is no big difference between C++ and Java. Just they improved the existing features and they added some new features down the line, security wise, and then the reusability wise, all those things. Okay, that's how Java was evolved. Okay, so Java has been available from 1995, and then it really picked up in the year in 2000 when the .com was really booming. In that year it picked up, and then because Java is also open source as well. Okay, that is a big background about Java. Okay, in today's session, right, today is the only session where you're going to do simultaneously with me. From next session onwards, right, now I'll be doing everything in my screen. I'll be doing the coding in my screen also. You'll be just for observing everything, and then you'll do it separate once the session is ended or coming days, right, then you will do it. Okay, because today we are going to install Java first, and then we are going to install a IDE, which we are going to use IntelliJ. A lot of you might have heard about IDE called Eclipse. So we're going to use IntelliJ, which is much better and much help you to learn actually. Okay, we're going to use IntelliJ, and then we're going to do one small demo program as well to make sure that all our environment is set up correctly. and then I'm going to talk about JVM concept in Java, okay, which is a base for everything in the Java, okay. Those are things we are going to do, okay. So if you don't have, if you have already Java installed, right, you don't need to do this, okay. So basically, what you need to do is like, no, to do the Java, right. Let's download it from here, okay. Second, one of my friend is requesting to, so I will just add, how did I add? Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So
Bala,
yeah.
when you're showing this to us, we are supposed to do it or just write it
Yes,
down?
just for this session alone, like, do it simultaneously. I will just post the link now. You can go to the link
Okay.
and then download it, okay. Because
Okay. Okay.
yeah, we just need to all the environment get set up, okay. So I am using Mac. Can everyone mute their this thing, okay. Okay, yeah. So basically I will just I'm using Mac, okay. So if you are using Windows, right, you just need to choose accordingly. First I will post this link in the sessions. Okay, so just go to this link and then, so first click the accept. So more, if any of you is using Windows, right, I think you will be using Windows 64, okay. So go to this last one and download this one, okay. If you are using Mac, right, you can download this one, okay. I'm using Mac, so I'm going to download this one, okay. If you are using Windows, I'll just post this link also directly. Yeah.
Can you show which one for the Windows 64?
Yeah, I'm going to post the link directly.
Okay. Thank you.
Just click this link, you'll be able to download the Windows one. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to download this one. Oh no, it's asking me to log in as well. Oh no. Okay. I didn't know that they have enabled this one actually. Okay, think. Okay, you have to fill all these things. Okay, guys, I think I have already an account actually, so I'm just going to use this one. If you don't have an account, right, just do a create account. It is really quick actually. I've done it before actually. You have to fill all these things and then create an account. Then only it's allowing you to download actually. Earlier it used to let you to download directly, but now they have made it as an account actually. Okay. Okay, I don't want to type the password here. Okay. I think I remember it. Map. No. Okay, let me create an account itself. Just some random things, okay. I think now it will allow you to download a where was our thing? See, it's allowing me to download now. Okay. I assume everyone is able to do it actually, because I haven't heard anything back from anyone, so they are able to do it. If you are not able to do it, or if anyone is stuck at any point, right, just let me know. Okay, we will help you out.
Bala, can you give us another 2 minutes because
Sure.
we are
Oh,
still
no.
in the process of.
Oh, no,
Yeah?
it's absolutely fine. Yeah. Don't worry.
thank
For me
you.
also, it's still downloading, so don't worry. In the meantime, like no, okay, let us wait for others also to join. So okay, and what else I wanted to say was like no, yeah, the reason why we are using IntelliJ is like no, because Eclipse is really, I mean, a lot of you might have been using Eclipse in the past. IntelliJ is really a better tool than Eclipse actually to do the development. And the only problem with the IntelliJ, like no, it will kind of spoil you. I mean, both IntelliJ or Eclipse, right? It will spoil you because when I started development, right, we used to use Notepad to do the development, where you won't really it won't help you at any point. But the thing is like no, we will learn a lot actually, because you have to type everything by yourself. IntelliJ, right, it will kind of help you in every way. So it is a good tool to learn. But yeah, because every day everyone is using nowadays an IDE to do the development. You know, if you go and say that I want to do a development in Notepad, right, they will kick you out actually. So yeah, we have to use any. But yeah, from those two tools which are big in the market, Eclipse and IntelliJ, right, I will highly recommend to use IntelliJ. Okay, because it will really it's a better tool than Eclipse. Once you start using IntelliJ, right, you won't like it if when you go back to Eclipse actually. Okay.
Exactly, we need to download. I see 4 different things here.
Afrin, I'm not able to hear you. You have an echo, Afrin.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I think it's better. I think.
Okay, so I see 4 different things here.
Yeah.
So, I have Mac OS.
Yeah.
What exactly I need to download? Is it Java SE Development Kit?
Oh, the first one itself. You don't need to go to the second. The top one itself actually. Okay. You see here, right? Development. You see this SE Development Kit, right? That is the one you need actually. Okay. And then that if you are using Mac, right? So that will be the use option. Okay. And you have to click the accept license agreement actually, because by default it will be in decline actually.
Okay.
So has everyone downloaded? Is anyone stuck anywhere? Just let me know if you are stuck anywhere, or if you're not able to do anything. And one more thing actually, so I just wanted to tell you guys actually, so the most important goal is here, like for you guys to follow me, and then you should be able to understand what I'm talking about. So if at any point if I'm going a bit fast or anything, just stop me and then I'll bit slow it down. Okay. Another thing is like if you don't understand, right, if all the other people understood what I'm talking about, but if you don't understand, it's like immediately tell actually, because other people might have thought they might have understood, but they might have understood it wrongly. So because our objective is you like for you guys to understand completely what Java is and how to do the coding. So that's why in the starting itself I told like our goal is not to finish the agenda. That's why I said it's going to take more than 3 months. So we may plan to complete a topic in a session, but it may go to 2 sessions or 3 sessions even, because we will take as much time as it takes for you guys to understand clearly. Okay, that is the main goal. So immediately stop me if you don't understand anything. If I'm going to do a bit fast or anything, there is nothing wrong. If you don't because that's most important thing. Don't miss out in this. Okay.
Yeah, Bala. Can you show us once again which one for the Windows?
I give the link directly. This one actually. Can you see? You can see my screen, right?
Yeah. So that one. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Hello, Bala. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Bala. You said we need to download IntelliJ after this. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And can I download IntelliJ on my Windows laptop?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, you can actually. Just download the community edition, which is the free one actually. If you I will do that also now, so that some of you can start. So if you go to this page, right, there will be one called Ultimate, another is called Community. So Community is the free version, okay? So don't use obviously Ultimate, okay? You'll have, because we are doing Java development, right? We'll have everything, whatever we need in the Community edition itself. If you're doing a JSP or else some other TypeScript or some other different SQL programming, right, then you may need Ultimate actually, which we are not going to do. So Community edition will serve all our purpose, okay? So because I'm using Mac, so it is coming as DMG. If you do the same page in Windows, right, it will come as an exe, I think actually. So you just need to download this. Just start this download. But I have got already okay, that's good actually. For the IntelliJ, you don't need an account, okay? So it's coming out directly starting the download. But I won't be installing the IntelliJ because I have already IntelliJ installed, okay? So
this one we have to install after the Java?
Yeah, after the Java. That's fine. I mean, you can start the download, both the download simultaneously. It's absolutely fine actually. Okay, so I'll just post this link also.
Sorry, Bala, during the IntelliJ installation, there is update path variable.
Yeah.
So if I click that, this will restart my PC basically. So
oh yes, yes it will actually. Okay, let me think actually. Do you need to restart actually? Yeah, I would really like you to set up the environment actually. Okay, if it asks, right, like, no, just restart and join back, Greg. That would be the best actually, because I think
everyone needs to do it.
Yeah, everyone needs to actually
ask.
Yeah.
Right. So sorry. So for the associations for the Java files, Groovy as well, and Kotlin, or just Java only?
No, I didn't understand the question.
So you have you when you're installing, you have like you can create desktop shortcut for 64-bit launcher.
Yeah.
And you can also associate the files that are already on your PC. Yeah. And it could be only Java, or it could be Groovy.
You can if you do Groovy scripts, right? You can do Groovy scripts also in that one. But if you have already another IDE associated with Groovy scripts, right? Don't do the IntelliJ, or just do Java alone. Okay, it's completely your choice actually, basically.
And also there is the option to download and install JBR 86-bit, which is
JBR. No, you don't need that actually.
We don't need that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. What let me do actually, because let me get rid of my because everyone having so many problems, right? Let me uninstall the IntelliJ and then install it again actually, so that we can see dynamically what's happening. Where is my applications? Okay. Okay, so first of all, has everyone installed Java? So once it's just straightforward actually. You just need to click next.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move on to IntelliJ installation. Is everyone okay with that? Rajni, Pallavi, everyone is done?
Yes, Bala, that's fine.
Okay. So let me see. Okay, yeah, my IntelliJ is still downloading. Okay, so just let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, once you install Java successfully, right, just do this alone to see if it's installed properly. Okay, if you are in Windows, right, go to the run command and then type cmd, because I'm in Mac, right, so that's why. So if you're in Mac, right, you just can don't worry, in this session alone we will be talking about Mac and OS, but from the next session also, it's same for everyone, so don't worry about it. Okay. So if you are in if you are using Mac, right, I think you need to just go to the terminal. If you go to the applications, right, in the application there will be an option called utilities, and then there will be a terminal. Okay, just open the terminal. If you are Windows guys, just go to the type Windows, press Windows R and type cmd, you will get it. Okay, just type this command, java space -version. Okay, and you should see something like this. It will tell you what Java version is currently installed. I'm just going to paste this one here as well. Okay, so that's the command.
And in Windows, just type CMD command prompt.
Yes. Oh no, not in the command prompt. In the command prompt, just type Java space hyphen version.
Okay, so I have got Java version 1.8.
Yeah, that's a 1.8 is the latest one. I also have 1.8. If you have 1.7 or I know somebody has 1.12, so it's absolutely fine. All we need is like no,
Yes.
we need just Java to be installed.
Perfect.
Okay.
So it means that the Java has been installed on our system.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Okay, and then my IntelliJ is still not done yet. Okay, what else we can see? Okay, I can talk
It's
about.
taking a bit of time to be honest.
Yeah.
It's taking
Okay.
more
I
than-
will cover the JVM. It's going to. I want to talk about this one because this why I did this in this session. Like this alone is going to be about Java. Going to go a bit into the coding, but theory wise because you need to understand this clearly. We will do this and this later. Okay, because it's taking time for IntelliJ. Okay. I will talk about JVM. Okay. What is JVM and what is bytecode? Okay. Okay. So I'll just give a bit background, okay? In C and C++, right? Okay, you write your programs, okay? When we write the programs in, say for example, in C++, right? When we write our programs, right? We use the coding syntax, we write like, okay, print this, print that, get this input, print this, all those things we write in our C++ program, okay? How the operating system understands our programming is, right? There is a tool called as, every language will have this tool, okay? It's called compiler. Okay, for C++, will have its own compiler. Java will have its own compiler. Every C has got its own compiler. C# has got its own compiler. Okay, so they call that as a compiler. After the session, you can just go and browse. Okay, so what the compiler does is like it takes your program, what we have written in our own language, takes a program and converts into an executable code which the operating system is going to understand. Okay, so basically whatever we have written, right, the operating system where you are running right, it won't be able to understand. For example, I'm using Mac, or if you are using Windows, right, the instructions I have written in C++, right, our operating system won't be able to understand. That's where the compiler comes into the picture. What the compiler will do is like compiler will convert that program what you have written into an executable code. Okay, and then what you do is like if you open and read that executable code, right, you won't understand anything. It will be just symbols and everything for you, but the operating system can understand. You will execute that code, actually that code what the compiler has generated, right? That is they will call that as executable code. You will run that code to do your program. Actually whatever you have done, right, if you run that program, right, it will accomplish whatever you have written in your original coding. So basically what is the job of the compiler, right? You will write the program in your own language, and then the compiler, you will pass your coding to the compiler. Compiler will convert that coding into a set of instructions which the operating system can understand, and you take that that instruction, that executable code, and you pass it on to your client, saying that okay, you won't pass your coding to your client. Actually you will give that executable code to the which the compiler has generated to the client, so that they can execute directly, because the client is not interested in your coding. They want a like a exe file or a package where they can run, and then they can accomplish whatever they want. Okay, that's what compiler does. Okay, now the problem is like if you want to write something right, a coding, right, if you want to generate an executable code in the C++, right, what the C++ does is right, C++ creates an executable code for the Windows. So the problem there is like you can't take that executable code and run it in the Mac OS. The problem there is like what you have to do is like you have to take your C++ program which you have written and compile it separately for the Mac OS, and then generate another set of executable code for the Mac OS, and then you have to do the same thing for Linux also. So what is basically the problem here is like it's the C++ code, right? They call it as platform dependent. What they mean by platform dependent, right? The code what you have written, right, might not work properly in another operating system. So that's a problem, because the code whatever you have written, right, you would write it based on the Windows operating system, and then say for example if you are doing the Mac development, you will be doing in the Mac, and then same for Linux. Actually that was one of the major drawback with the C++. You have to redo and recompile the whole program if you are going to change the operating system. The major advantage, they wanted to get rid of this problem in the Java. So the main advantage of Java is like, no, it's platform independent. I will go a bit deep actually why it is platform independent. Okay, so they wanted to get rid of this platform dependent problem in the C++. That's why they introduced something called as JVM. So what is JVM means is like, no, it's called Java Virtual Machine. Okay, it is, whenever you install Java, right, it will comes with you directly. Okay, so JVM is available in because before you install Java itself, that's one of the big thing about Java. Only that is being done only for Java by all the operating system. Okay, before when you install your operating system in your fresh system, right, JVM automatically comes with it. So you don't need to install Java to get the JVM. JVM always comes with the operating system. Okay, if you install Java, right, you can do the programming also. So if you want to run any Java program in your operating system, right, you need the JVM. Okay, by default. And the good thing is like, no, JVM always comes with the operating system. You don't need to install separately. But if you want to do development work in Java, right, you need to download and install Java SDK, whatever we just did now. Okay, because we are not just going to run Java programs, we are going to create Java programs as well. There are two different steps. Okay, completely two different steps. Running a Java program is different from creating a Java program. Okay, to create a Java program, you need the Java SDK, which we just downloaded. Okay, to run the Java programs, right, we don't need the SDK, full SDK. We can just use the JVM, which always comes with all the operating systems by default. Okay, so that's why they call it as platform independent. I'll go a bit deep how it becomes a platform independent. Okay, now in C++, what I told was like, no, you write your own program, and the compiler will compile that code into an executable code, which runs directly on the operating system. Okay, here there is a just write it down so that you guys will understand. Okay, so in C++, right, coding will be done. Okay, and then it will be passed on to compiler, which will create executable code, and this will be run directly. Everyone can see the screen clearly, right? Okay, so in all during the session, right, when I ask a question, if no one speaks up, right, I will assume the answer is yes from everyone. So if you can't see or something is not right, just speak up. Okay, compiler will execute the code and it will be run on the operating system. Okay, so Windows OS or Mac or Linux. Okay, there is something called as Solaris as well. There is the list keeps on, it goes. Okay, there is a lot of operating system which you don't see. Okay, now the problem is like, now you can't. So when you want to do, so it will be like this. Okay, it's for Windows OS. If you want to do something for the Mac, right, you have to redo this step separate again. Okay, so and it goes on. Okay, so that was a major problem with the C++. Okay, because it is platform dependent. Okay, now how they got rid of this problem in the Java, right? So you do the Java coding. Okay, Java coding, and then you compile it. Again, same compiler. Here it's not called as executable, they call it as bytecode. Okay, and then you pass it on you don't pass it on to the operating system. Okay, it's to the something called as JVM, and then there lies the Windows OS. Okay, so it's the same thing for the Mac also. Okay, the advantage, why I said is like, now here what happens is like, now this executable code which is created by the C++ compiler, right, that is very specific to Windows operating system. So that's the problem. Okay, you can't take this executable code and run it on the Mac. Okay, because it will say that, okay, no, I don't support all the libraries what you have written. I can't understand what it is written actually, because Windows operating system is different from Mac actually. Mac can't understand what Windows understand. Same thing goes for Linux, everything. Okay, so to get rid of this problem, right, they introduced something called as JVM. JVM acts as an interpreter for all the operating systems. Okay, so when you do the Java coding, right, when the Java compiler compiles your whatever program you have written, right, it will create something called as bytecode, which the JVM can only understand. Okay, if this bytecode, right, Windows can't understand this bytecode, Mac can't understand this bytecode. Okay, only the JVM can understand a bytecode. Okay, so what this bytecode does is like, now Bytecode is nothing but a set of instructions converted into what JVM can understand. Okay. Then what JVM does is like, JVM reads your bytecode, and it doesn't matter which operating system you run on. Okay. JVM will find out what operating system it is running on, and it will, according to your bytecode, right, it will run specific commands for Windows, it will run specific commands for Mac. Say for example, if you want to open a file, right, opening a file is different from Windows and Mac. Okay. So what you will do is like, I'm just writing in plain English. Okay. Java, you will just simply write open file in Java. Okay. What the JVM will do is like, JVM will understand what opening file means for you don't need to do specific operating system here, Mac or Windows, or what, you can just say window open file. Okay. JVM will understand, find out what operating system it is running on, and it will use the set of instructions what is required for the Windows operating system to open a file, and use those instructions to open a file, and it will do the same thing for Mac. But in the C++, right, what you have to do is like, to open a file, right, it's not really plain and simple. So you have to open a file, and you have to give instructions for the Windows operating system, how to open a file in the Windows operating system, and the same thing goes for the Mac, and then same thing goes for different for the Linux. So the coding, right, it little bit differs for each operating system in the C++, but in the Java, right, there is only one command to open file in all the operating system. How it is achieved is like, because you don't really care which operating system you run on, that will be taken care of the JVM. So here you have to take care of that one. Okay, whichever operating system you're writing the coding for, right, you need to take care of it. But here JVM will take care of for you. So all you need to tell JVM is like, open a file. JVM will find out which operating system it is running on, and it will execute. It will do the certain operations what is required to open a file on its own. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. So that's what they will call as a Java virtual machine. So now to recap this one, right? So what the coding is, you do the coding, and then when you do the Java compiler, right, they don't create executable code. They create something called as bytecode, and then that bytecode is passed on to the JVM, and JVM it converts it to the Windows operating system or Mac. Now why they call it as platform independent, right? You can take this bytecode and run it on the Mac also. It's the same thing only. Actually, you don't need to change anything. You can run this, take this bytecode. You can develop you can use the program which is developed in the Windows operating system, and you can take it from there and come here and directly run it on the Mac. Because why it is platform independent? Because in between there is something sitting called as JVM, which will do the platform alteration for you. You don't need to worry anything about it. That's what they call it as JVM. That is one of the biggest advantage of Java. Actually, that's why Java became really popular, because in earlier days, like, that is why Mac didn't pick up, and then Linux they were using only for server sides, and then Windows they were using only for commercial purpose. The reason was like, whenever there was someone releases any program, right, it will be very specific to Windows. To do another release for Mac or Linux, right, it's not worth it because the amount of time needs to be spent to develop the same exact tool for another operating system, right? It's profound. So that is the reason Windows really picked up in the olden days actually. But nowadays when they do programming, right, it's always platform independent. So they just do one set of programming, and then that can be used that can be passed on to all the environments. That's why like the development because of that, right, development time has gone down really down actually. That's how they do every today. So I can just give you one simple example. Okay, you've heard about Xbox and PS4. There is Wii and everything, right? To do that, the gaming games are there, right? Different PS4 games and everything is there, right? When they do that games, right, there's loads and loads of coding is involved there, animation and everything is there. Because if in the olden days what they have to do is like they have to redo the whole animation for different operating systems. But nowadays like they're not doing anything actually. They just do the development, and then they release immediately for the PS4, Xbox and Wii simultaneously, because they do coding. They might use different languages, but pretty much most of the languages coming today, like they are platform independent, and Java is the first which really did that one for first time. That's why Java is so famous actually. That's how they do the programming. That's how you should do the programming actually nowadays. Okay, it should be platform independent, and all the scripting, pretty much whatever you know today, right now, are platform independent as well. Okay. this is a bit background. I mean, to be fair, like, you will never see JVM in the real time actually, because whenever you run anything or run something in the IntelliJ, what we are going to do, right? Every time, right, JVM comes into active, but you won't see that anywhere actually, because most of the people doesn't know this also. JVM, if you go a bit deeper, ask what is the purpose of JVM, like, if someone asks what is JVM is, you can immediately say Java Virtual Machine. If they ask what do you mean by Java Virtual Machine, like, because in all the programming language, right, the code executes directly on the operating systems, but in Java, right, the code executes on the JVM, and JVM executes the code for you to in the operating system. That's why it's like having an interpreter. Okay, so if I say, for example, if I know English and someone knows Hindi, means like, and someone knows Tamil, means like, so if all these three persons wants to talk to each other, means like, so say, for example, if I know only Tamil, if I want to speak in someone in English and Hindi, right, I need to learn both the languages. Okay, and then if someone wants to English means they need to speak another two language. Now think like, if Telugu is there, if all the three people know Telugu, means like, they can speak with each other with Telugu itself, right? JVM is like that. So all the operating system can understand, think like this, all the operating system can understand Telugu. So and all the programmer needs to know is like, need to learn is to do programming in Telugu. That's it. So they don't need to learn any other language. The operating system might have written in English or Tamil or whatever language. This JVM sits as an interpreter. So you just write in Telugu, and then JVM will do the interpretation for you. You don't need to do do the programming in Hindi or talk to the other person in Hindi. JVM is like an interpreter, sits in between. It will do the translation for you. Okay, this is the simplest example what you can how I can explain what it is. They just call it as bytecode there. In C++ world they call it as executable code. Here they call it as bytecode. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to show everything to you. Okay, what is bytecode and how it is generated, because today's first class, right, I'm going to really use Notepad and show you, because if I use Notepad, right, I can tell you how the real Java, the framework works actually. Because if I use IntelliJ, right, IntelliJ will do everything for me. You won't really see where the compilation, it will just all you see is like running the program. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to write a simple Java program. Okay. Don't worry about anything. I'm just showing this to see how things works actually. Okay, if you don't use IDE. Okay. Okay. I'm going to save this. Where should I save? Okay, let me save in the documents. Then let me create a folder. Okay, I'm going to save it here. Oh, sorry, I saved this wrong file. Okay, so don't worry about the name. Okay, in Java, right, all the Java programs, right, will have an extension called as .java. So you see .exe and everything, right? So all the Java programs will have an extension called as .java. Okay, and then I'll just save it. Okay, now let's go to our this thing. Clear everything. Can everyone see the screen? Let me increase the font a little bit actually. So, where is font? Yeah, here it is. Okay. I think I may need to reopen it actually. Yeah, it's increased a little bit. I hope this is better. If you want to increase further, let me know actually. Okay, the font size. Okay, now let me go there actually, where we saved it in the documents, right? So this is the folder I have saved in. Okay, so if you want to do this, right, you can create in, if you're using Windows, right, you can create anywhere in the C directory, anywhere you want. You just need to go to the directory in the command prompt. Okay, just I think there also in the Windows also CD is a command. Okay, just go to that folder, okay, wherever you execute it. So and another thing is like, whatever this kind of programs, whatever we are doing, right, I'll be uploading to the I'll be putting into the Google files and then giving the link in the blog where I showed in the starting. Okay, so don't worry about it, everything will be available here with the whole recording session recorded as well. Okay, now, okay, so okay, so first what we need, what I said here was like, first so here, okay, so we have done our Java coding. Okay, so our Java coding is this one. So what I've done here is, don't worry about all these things, we will be seeing everything. Okay, so all I've said is like, I've asked the Java to print this one. Okay, this is in plain English itself. Okay, sorry, 1 second. I think Rajni, are you here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, got it.
So what I have done here is like, I've asked Java JVM to print this statement. Okay, hello world in my command prompt. That's it. Okay, there's nothing else here. Okay, so I've done my Java coding, which we can understand what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to use Java compiler to compile that code, and then I'm going to give it to the JVM to execute. Okay, and then this step you won't see, you don't need to instruct it. Once you give your code to the JVM, right, JVM will automatically execute that one. Okay, so these are the 3 steps what we are going to do. These are the 3 steps what we are going to do. This step will be done by automatically. Okay, so I've done my Java coding, which is here. Okay, now the next step is to compile my Java code. Okay, so the command there is like, it's Java C. Okay, we used a command called Java to check the version, right? So this is to check the version. There is another command called Java C, which is basically means like, Java compiler. C stands for compiler. Okay, Java C, and then whatever program you written, the file name of the program where it lives. Okay, it's called first.java, right? Yeah. Okay, first.java. Okay, so now what it means is like, okay, let me show you. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm going to, okay, so at the moment I don't have, I just deleted everything. Okay, whatever I've done. Okay, I'm going to redo the thing. Okay, by explaining a bit more. Okay, so this is the file where our Java coding lies. Our program is there in this file called as first.java. Okay, I'm going to give it to the Java compiler, first.java. Okay, this is what basically means like, Java compile this program. Okay, first.java. If I press enter, right, there was no error. Everything went fine. That's why it's you're not seeing any error at all. Okay, so sorry. Okay, you see here, right, earlier there was only one file called as java.class, sorry, first.java. Now an additional file was created, java first.class, first.class. Okay, which is created by the Java C. Let's look inside what is there in this first.class. Okay, let me open it from the command itself, show that. Okay, PC. Okay, if I open this first class, right, Sublime text editor. Okay, I think let me open it in the V editor itself. That would be easy. First class. Okay, if I see this, right, so all you see here is like, it's just symbols and everything. Okay, there are some words here, but the thing is like, basically what you see here is, you can't understand anything in this one, but the JVM can understand this one. Okay, so this is what the JVM needs. Okay, if you so there are 2 things. Okay, this is the content of the first.class, and this is the content of the first.java. Okay, so what has happened is like, this is what you wrote, and this is what the Java compiler has created. Okay, so as I said here is like, so this is your coding, and then the compiler will compile your code into a bytecode, which is what you're seeing here. This is called bytecode, and this bytecode will be passed to the JVM to execute it. Okay, I'm going to do that as well now. Okay, so if I come out of it, okay, so there are two files. One is first.class, one first.java. First.java is our program, and first.class is the file which is created by the Java. Okay, so to execute anything, so there is only two things in if you do it in the notepad, or if you do it in the notepad, right, there's only two commands you need to. So one is Java C, another is Java. Okay, Java C is to compile the programs. Okay, compile your program, and Java is to execute the program what you just compiled. Okay, so all you need to do is Java. Just if you click first, right, see this, right, hello world has been printed. Okay, so now what has happened is like now, so this is this command, right, that's what this step is done by that command. Okay, so what I've done is like now, so here if you see here, like now I don't need to give dot class, because automatically for Java, right, only type of file what you can forward is dot class file. So dot class will be attached to it by default. Okay, so if I say, for example, if I rename the my file to something else, means like now, so if I and then if I try to execute this thing, right, it's going to say that I could not find or load the main class. Okay, so it's going to attach dot class to it by default, and then try to find it. Okay, so you don't need to give dot class, you just need to give Java whatever your program name is. Okay, I'm just going to revoke whatever I just did. F was caps, right? Yeah. Okay, so now here we are, and then if I run this one, right, first, right, it's going to execute it. Okay, so let us make some changes to it. Okay, so for example, if I do something like there's no this is the correct command. If I miss anything, or if this is obviously clearly a wrong one. Okay, so if I save it and try to compile it, right, now what should I do? If I try to compile this program, right, you'll see an error saying that I can't find a symbol. This is how it works actually. So it depends on how many lines you do, it will compile everything. Okay, print if you do this, and then so if I miss in the if I'm missing a semicolon here, and then first of all, second, okay, so if I save this and run, right, so usually this is what we used to do in the olden days actually. If I type this, right, so I now know that how I will pass this one, right, this indicates which line the error is, and it will say error is colon, a semicolon is missing. Okay, and then here I will go to my program and I'll go to the line, so which is in the 7th line, and then which the compiler said there is a problem in the 7th line, and then now it's saying that okay, there is a colon is missing, and yeah, I can see the colon is missing. Okay, now we got a code of line of nine lines. Okay, usually it will be in thousands and thousands of lines of code will be there. Think like that. If you make a mistake, right, like now, imagine if you're using a notepad and do this mistake, there will be hundreds of errors pop up. It used to pop up like that actually. Loads and loads of error used to pop up, and then we have to go line by line and correct it. If you use IntelliJ, right, because we used to do that, I have a clear idea, you know, I don't make mistakes usually when if I type in notepad also, if I type in IntelliJ also. But if you do it in IntelliJ, right, it will listen. If I miss a semicolon and go to the next line, right, it will automatically pop up and say, okay, there is a semicolon missing. It will show a mark. You don't need to wait for the compiler itself. It will auto compile every line whenever you type everything. So that's what the coding makes it so quick if you use an IDE, and it is useful, helpful as well. But at the same time, it will kind of spoil you actually. I hope you guys understood what I mean by that actually. Okay, so this is so let's see and compile this program as well. Okay, so Java C, first Java, that's it, and then Java first, that's it. Okay, so this is how the real architecture of Java works. Okay, so whatever you do the Java coding, and then you compile it, and then you ask JVM to execute your compiled bytecode, and then JVM will execute it. Now what I mean by bytecode is, right, you see this first dot class. Oh, sorry. You see this first dot class, right? I can so when I finish my programming, right? You say, for example, this is a program I'm doing for my client, right? All I need to give is like, no, I don't need to ask my client what operating system he's going to run on. All I need to give is like, no, just give this first dot class to him. So when he goes to, when he uses Mac, or else I used Mac, right, like, you know, to develop this first dot class, right? You can take this first dot class file and execute in the Windows also operating system without doing anything. All you need to do is like, no, I need to give this file to my client. My client needs to do is like, no, you just need to go and type Java first. Same thing. It will work for him exactly how it worked for me. Because the reason is like, no, the JVM will take care of the business of what it needs to do in Windows operating system, what it needs to do in the Mac OS. You can't do the same thing in the C++. In the C++, once I created this executable code, which will call it as, in the C++, it will be called as .obj. It's called object file. Okay, that object file, right? We need to create an object separate for object file for the Windows operating system. We need to create separate for, if I'm doing it in the Mac, right? You can't do the, you can't run the thing which is created in a different operating system. You really can't give it actually. So if my client is running on Mac Windows operating system, I need to ask my client what operating system you're on. If he say Windows operating system, right, I have to redo the whole programming in the C++, not redo, just change bits and pieces so that like, no, it will work for him in the Mac OS as well, but it will be separate. So from there onwards, right, I need to keep updating both. So from there onwards, there will be two branches will be created, one for the Windows and another for the Mac. Whenever I do an update, right, I have to do it in both the branches. But because of Java, right, there is only single branch which will be, that is the only branch which you need to update. JVM will take care of it, okay, of the operating system. That's why they call Java. Whenever they ask like, no, what is the basic functionality of Java, why Java is so famous, right? You can immediately say it's platform independent. The reason is JVM is there. Okay, that is the reason why it is platform independent. Okay, and this is how you to do the programming in the real time Java, right? If you don't have any ID, anything, if you just have hardcore Java, right, all you need is just two commands. One is Java, one is Java C. First is Java C to compile your program, another is Java to execute your program. That's it. Okay, you don't need anything else apart from that. Okay, so this is basically what is JVM means and what is bytecode means. Bytecode is nothing but a fancy word for your compiled program, your class file. Okay, that's it. It's nothing to it actually. Okay, why they call it as bytecode is like, when I open that file, right, all you see here is like symbols, right? Because it's all just ones and zeros actually according to the program. Because why you are seeing this kind of weird symbols, right? Like because that bytes has been converted into a symbol for you, and it's being showed by this text editor. That's why you are seeing the symbols. But in the real world, right, these will be just ones and zeros, which is actually the byte actually. Okay, so what this means is like, this is the bytecode instructions for the JVM to execute certain instructions on the operating system which you are running on. Okay, that's why they call it as bytecode. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, so just you should use the word called as bytecode. Okay, from here onwards, whenever you talk about Java. Okay, that's it. That's how the whole platform independent thing works. Okay, because you do whatever you do the coding, right, it is called as .java. Whatever the compiled code is called as .class. Okay, which is a bytecode, which is platform independent. Okay, so you whatever programming you do, right, you will be saving it in as a .java extensions. Okay, don't worry about it. When we jump into the IntelliJ and start creating programs, right, you will see the real thing how it works actually. Because if you once we start, why I wanted to do this the first session itself, right? Because once we get into IntelliJ or Eclipse, right, you really won't see this .class and JVM on all those things, because everything will be handled by the IntelliJ. You will never learn. We will never come to know. We will be writing only .java files. Okay, we will never know how the architecture works, how the Java picks it up the Java file and runs it if you use IntelliJ, because IntelliJ will do everything for you. I'm going to show you now after installing the IntelliJ. Okay, now I assume for everyone IntelliJ has been downloaded. Let's get on with installing the IntelliJ now. Okay, you guys can also start this parallelly. Okay, if you are using Windows, right, it's going to be a bit of it will take some time to install, but for if you're using Mac, right, it's just copy and drag and paste it in the application. That's it. IntelliJ is installed. Okay, so I'm going to give some time for you guys to install in Windows. So start it. If you are stuck anywhere, just speak up. Okay, going to start my.
Yeah, Bala, so I need
Yeah.
to restart my PC, yeah?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Alright.
Where's the application?
Alright, Bala, it's asking for, do I need 3264-bit, Java, Groovy, and .kt?
Yeah, if you do you know you're using 64 or 32? I'm pretty sure you will be using 64 actually. You choose 64. Yeah.
And what about create association .java.groovy.kt?
Yeah, just click yes to it. Actually, what that means is like now, if say for a SE, I have saved a file in here, right? So first.java, right? If I click and open it, right, it is opening it in the Visual Studio. But if you do that association, right, it will if you double click it, right, it will open in IntelliJ. That's all it means actually. Click yes to it. That's fine.
And it says update path variable restart needed.
Yes, yeah, that's what Greg was talking about. I think you need to restart. We'll wait for you. Don't worry. Just if you want to restart, Mr. Go ahead and restart and come back and join. It's fine.
Yeah, for me also same, Bala. I'll be restarting.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
And where is thing?
So it's been installed for me, but it's asking me to import IntelliJ IDEA settings from. But I don't know.
You don't need to
that.
actually. Just click. There must be an option to do without the settings actually. No, I mean to say like 1 second. Wait. Let me open my IntelliJ also.
We have the option to do not import settings.
Yes,
do not.
That's it. Yeah,
okay.
Do not import settings. Yeah. Because usually when you are doing migrating the system, right, that option is useful. You know this because some people like black background, some people like white background. They'll do a lot of this kind of settings actually. Those things you don't need to worry about those things. So let me open. Okay, I really want to wait for others also to join before I open the IntelliJ because I need to associate the Java SDK in the IntelliJ. So if you already installed, just bear with others to join. Okay.
That's not a problem. I have installed Java, but I'm not sure if I installed correctly. Could you please show me how I need to check that?
Yeah, sure. So you are using Mac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you get a terminal opened?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, one second. Let me get out of here. Okay. In the terminal, right? Type Java space -version. Can you see this command, friend?
Yes, I can see it.
Just press enter.
Version. Okay, it says 12.0.1.
Does it only say the first line, or else is it saying SC runtime environment as well?
It says runtime environment. It's build 12.0.1 plus 12.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Just and also type this command actually. Type just Java C and see if you get something similar to this.
Oh, yes.
You're getting something. Yeah, it's absolutely installed properly. You don't need to worry anything.
Yeah, I didn't drag the soft file to the application. So does it matter?
It is better to have it in application. Otherwise, you have to open in the DMG every time. Actually, that's why.
Yeah, that's why I have this question. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So
Bala,
yeah.
You know why when I specify Java version, it's saying Java is not recognized. Do I need to specify an environment path for that? That's
no,
what
you
it's
don't.
missing.
No, once you install Java, right? Oh, yeah, just restart the.
I need to restart. Okay. Yeah.
But I thought I already restarted, Rajni. You haven't yet restarted, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's still the IntelliJ is still in the process of installation.
No. For Java, right? Okay. Just close your command prompt and reopen the command prompt again and type the same command.
Okay. 1 second.
Is it better or else is it still the same thing?
I don't see anything. What in Java iPhone version? It doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Now I get. Java runtime environment is 1.8
Yes.
to 1 B12. Okay.
That's good. And then type another command Java C as well, Rajani.
Okay. Java C.
Press enter
Yes.
and you see something.
Error could not find or load main class C.
That's fine. That's fine. It is working. Okay. You got Java installed properly. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So I want to manually reboot later. Reboot now. Let me reboot
Reboot
because
and come back.
IntelliJ is asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Bala. I'll come back.
No problem. How about others? Is other people also installed or else you got? Abhijit, how are you?
I got it installed already.
Oh, you got already installed as well. And then Pallavi, how are you, Pallavi? You're okay. You're rebooting. That's fine. Afrin, you know. Shoaib, how are you?
I am restarting my computer.
Okay, that's fine. Who else we got? We got Srinivasa. Vasu, how are you, Vasu?
Yeah, I'm fine. I already have it.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so just bear with me if you already have, or because we want everyone to set up the environment. That's why. Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, could you please tell me where I need to? I'm not sure where it is installed right now.
So once did you drag it into the application folder, my friend?
No, I didn't drag it to the application folder. Only for the Java, but I did for IntelliJ.
Okay, so forget about Java, because Java we have verified that you have installed properly. Okay, so
I installed, but you said you need to drag it to application.
no, that's only for IntelliJ, not for Java. That's only for IntelliJ.
Then it's fine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes. Because the Java installation actually and IntelliJ, they just give it as a package, because in the Windows it will be installed, but in Mac, right, it's just drag and drop. Okay, so and only this session we will have all this, you know, environment specific things. Actually, once we get everything set up properly, right, then all we do is IntelliJ, which is like, you know, which exactly similar between Mac and Windows also. And another thing is like, no, IntelliJ is written on again the Java. Okay, so what else we can do in the meantime? Yeah, so just keep an eye on I will just give you this blog address. Okay, so here I'll because first session there is no exercise. We just need, because we are going to do everything during the session itself. That's why there is no exercise. But from the next session onwards, right now, these are the topics we are going to cover, which is coming Wednesday. We are going to cover those topics, and we will do some demo programming. And then, because you won't be doing any demo programming during the session, I'll be doing it, and then I'll explain everything what I'm doing, and you will take that input and then do your own programming. So these are the exercises I guys want you to do. Definitely do that week. If you feel like, if you have time, and then if you want to do some more programming, right, you can go to this address and then do, you know, there are other options. There are a lot of other example programs also there. Actually, they got actually. Okay, you can do these things. Okay, so that's what, and this will be done for every session. So I'll before start the week, I'll be doing this probably around Saturday or Sunday, because that's where I really have the time to prepare everything. Okay, so I'll be doing this, and then I'll posting the exercises also. Okay, so you can run it. And another thing is like, no, so if you're stuck anywhere in your program, if you have some doubts, right, during any weekday or anything, like, no, just message me in the WhatsApp, in the group itself, or else message me post. I mean, it will be better if you post it in the group actually, because others also can see, you know, they can know if you what we're talking about. So post any questions or any, so there is no question, there is nothing as a dumb question. Okay, all questions are valid questions, because everyone is trying to learn here. Okay, post anything you want to know. I will explain it to you clearly. If you're not able to understand what I'm typing, right, we will call and speak anytime, not during the daytime, any day. In the evening I will call you, and then we can discuss, okay, quickly where you are stuck and why you are stuck. I will explain. Okay, so don't worry about it, because our main objective is like, because pretty much all of you sitting here, like, now is one of the way, one or other way, like, friends to me, or no. So the reason is, like, I really want you guys to understand it, because it's not a teacher and student conversation. It's just friends to friends conversation. So I really want you guys to understand clearly what I'm talking about. Okay. So stop me any time if you have any doubt or anything before I move on to the next topic. Okay. So that, like, now I can explain it to you in a different way, or in a better way, so that you will understand. Okay. I just wanted you guys to tell you that, and then what else I want to show you. We covered one demo program. Okay, I want to do the demo program in your system as well. So we have done the introduction, we have done the brief introduction to Java, we have installed the SDK, and we have talked about what is JVM and bytecode means. And I would highly recommend, just go and search your own, do Google. Yeah, that's always recommended. Whatever topic we discussed, right? Just go and do your own search, and then see, try to read more about what is JVM, why it was invented, what is bytecode means. Okay, you will clearly understand, because I will give you an introduction. I will give you like a skeleton architecture. But if you because we don't have time to discuss it, because JVM alone we can discuss for one whole day actually. If you go deep, actually, if you can just read a bit more, right, it will really help you down. That would make you difference actually, because you are not learning Java only to do the testing automation. So our objective is, like, once the Java session is over, like, if you can go as a Java junior developer as well. You should be that much capable actually. So like, then only it will be easier for you to do the test automation, because you see all the Selenium tools, and then a lot of before RunnerX or all these fancy tools, right? They will come and go, but Java will stay forever actually. So tomorrow Selenium might go away and some other new tool will come. At the time, like, you have to learn that new tool. But the thing is, like, if you have a good Java base, right, you can learn that tool very easily. So that's why I'm stressing so much on learning Java. We'll take as much time as possible, not as much time as possible, because we can't afford that time. We'll go as slowly as possible and make sure that everyone understands the all the subjects, so that we have a good strong background in Java. Let's see how many of you are here. Greg is back online. Rajani, you are also back online, right?
Yeah, I'm online.
Yes, Bala.
Oh, I thought you guys are still waiting. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think I've installed it already, and
Okay.
so I'm just questioning if I'm creating like a new project in IntelliJ. There is an error that's saying that library is not specified.
Yes, we will get rid of that problem in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the IntelliJ. Okay. Where did I do that IntelliJ? So open the IntelliJ what you just installed. Okay. Just opening it. Okay, open. Okay, I'm going to simply create a new project. Okay, so this is what missing for you, Greg. That's why it's saying that libraries are missing. Okay, we will do that actually in a minute. If we do this next, right? First project. We'll name something sensible. Okay, so this is session 1, right? Okay, for every session we will create a new project. Okay. Just close it. Okay. Now, if you I'm just thinking, how shall we get rid of that problem in the Windows? Okay. Greg, can you share your screen actually, so that, like, now I can instruct you how to get rid of that problem, so that
yeah, sure.
Okay, so that, like, now, because I'm using Mac, right, so that's why, so the others also can see. I don't have if you open here, right, here there is an option to share
I'm
screen.
doing this now. 1 second. Is that the screen? Yeah, share the screen.
Okay, I'm going to stop my screen sharing. Okay.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see your screen now. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got the SDK, right? Okay. You click next now. That's it. That's fine. You got associate. You got the Java version. Everyone can see the screen, I assume. Okay. Now just click next. Click next. Just name it. Give any sensible name. That's it. Just close this one. You see this, click that project that in the right and the left hand side you are seeing that. Yeah, click that one. Yes, click the first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'll have a SRC. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, click SRC. Okay, I think you got everything installed. Okay, so I think you are fine, Greg. Actually, it has got everything. Okay, you got the you see you what you just did, right? That shows you all the Java.
Yeah, all the libraries. All the libraries. I know. That's why I was thinking why this is showing me that there is an error that I don't have libraries because I was using Eclipse before and now I had those libraries.
Yeah, so, it should be fine because IntelliJ will automatically associate actually. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let us do. Okay. So everyone do this one, okay, in the system, okay. Once you create a new project, right? So it will be like this, and then go to the SRC folder, click File. Sorry. No, Greg, I'm going to stop.
Should I stop?
Yeah, you stop your sharing screen. I forgot actually. I will share my screen. Okay. Yes. Okay. Can everyone see my screen now, right? Okay. Okay, again guys, if I ask a question and no one answers, right, I will assume that everyone is okay with it, okay? Okay, I assume everyone can see my screen, okay? So once you create a project, right, you will have something similar to this. If any of you are still not here, means let me know, okay? I assume everyone is there, okay? So let's open this and just...
Sorry, could you tell me how to create project?
Sure. First, did you open the IntelliJ tool, Afrin?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So what is asking for you now? Once you opened it?
It says new project.
Yes. Click the new project.
And is it? Do I need to select project SDK?
Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, can you share your screen, Afrin? Okay, so this is the option. I'm going to stop my screen. Okay. Because I really want the environment to be set up for everyone actually, so that. Okay. Yeah, you got everything. Just click. You got everything. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I have tried before. Long back actually.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Okay, just click next now. You don't need to select anything here actually, because no, not there also. Just click next actually.
Okay, next to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just next. That's it.
Do I need to select this one?
You don't need the template. You can actually. Let's go with not creating a template. Okay. Just click next because we will create everything from the scratch. Just give any name here.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. No, it's a project name, right? Just give first actually because it's not a. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, just click finish. Okay, and close this one and click the project in the left hand side. You are seeing it, right?
This one?
Yeah, that's one. That's it. That's it. If you open that, the first actually, see, you are seeing it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to. You can stop your share screen. Okay, I'm going to start mine.
Bala, how do we create a project? As I already have.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so if you want to create a new project, right? Okay, let me do that also. Okay, so go to the file and then there will be something called as new and then project. just click this one, and then it's exactly the same thing again. Next, some sensible name, and then
Bala, I'm not sure whether I'm doing right or wrong.
okay.
It shows customized intelligence IDE, and it has got Java frameworks, build tools, web development, application server.
Okay, can you share your screen of Rajani? Let me see.
Okay, one sec. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen now?
1 second, wait. Not yet. Have you started? Can anyone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Okay. Okay. I think you've gone into the settings. Okay. Click that skip remaining set on default. Actually.
Okay.
Because that is to customize your IntelliJ actually. That's why.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, that's what Afrin was talking about.
Okay.
If you want to import any settings or not.
Okay. So do I need to give? Here it's asking for.
I think you downloaded the the full version. Actually, that's absolutely fine. Actually, just click Evolution is for free now. You know, in the top you're seeing it, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just click that one, and then Evaluate. That's it. We will redo it, Rajani. We will uninstall and do the community edition. It's exactly the same thing because you got Ultimate Edition, which is which is a paid one. That's why.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. I mean, it's exactly the same thing. You just need to download the community. Uninstall this one, download the community, and do exactly the same thing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I think I did the same thing. I've installed
Ultimate, is it? Okay, because it is a paid version. After 30 days, you won't be able to open it actually. Okay. Don't worry, we can do it actually. It's the same thing. Once the class session is done, right? Just uninstall it and then download the in this website.
IntelliJ community, yeah?
Community edition.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's fine.
Okay, when I clicked on file and then new project, right?
Yeah.
Then I can see Groovy and okay, so
just if you click the new project, right, you don't need to select anything because these are all additional libraries. Because we are just going to do Java programming.
Okay,
we are not
so
going
just click on next, right?
Yes, just next actually. That's it.
Create a project for a template. So ignore that as
well.
Yeah,
ignore that as well. Yes.
And the project name.
Yeah, you can give anything.
Is there any naming convention for this, or
no?
just
For the project, there isn't anything. Okay. Now I would okay. I'm going to start my screen share again, and I'm assuming everyone is there in this position. Okay. Here. Okay, Afrin and Rajni, don't worry, we will do the community edition once we are done. Okay, I will help you guys with that. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, now okay, so how normally they do is like, no, you see this SRC in the project, right? Don't worry about all these things. Okay, this SRC folder, right? That's called source folder. That's when they say source means like, no, that's where you will do all your coding. Okay, that's why they call it as SRC folder. Okay, so just click. You can click here. You can click anywhere actually. Click here or else click this one. Anything. Okay. So I'm just going to click here. New. I'm going to create a new Java class. Okay. You guys also do this parallelly. Okay. I'll wait for you guys. Okay. So all is like, no, you click the SRC, right click in the SRC, click new, and then it select Java, and then it will ask for a name. Give any name. I'm going to give first, okay, because that's what you can use any name. There the naming as Vasu asked, right? There is naming convention there for all the Java class, because we will be covering Java naming convention down the line as well. So for all the class, right, the first letter should start with the capital letter. Okay, that's what the naming convention for Java classes. Okay, so click first, and again you can give small letter. It's not going to create an error, but it's just naming convention is just followed so that, like, no, you follow a standard to do it actually. Okay, so once you're here, right, so what I'm going to do now is like now we are going to test if everything you have installed correctly, and then you are able to run your Java program. Okay, that is our objective here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is like now I'm going to copy this whatever I just did here. Okay, not the whole thing, just the main class alone. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. And what I'm going to do is like now I'm going to paste it in the Skype also. So once you create this class, once you create a class, right? So you'll get this, and then just paste whatever I have pasted in the Skype. Okay. Just copy whatever I've pasted here in the Skype, and then just paste it inside your class. Okay. I think someone has got their speaker on actually. I think Vasu, it's you. I think actually.
Sorry, what was that?
I think you can you mute your? We can hear your type sound. That's why.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So I assume everyone has done this one. Okay. If you are not here yet, just let me know. Okay. Now, so how we run it here is like now we saw how we run using when we do it in Notepad. So how we do it in IntelliJ, like now it's really simple. All you have to do is like now click this run and then type run. Click this run, it will run. Or else much simpler way is like now another easier way is like now right click here, you will get the same thing here. Okay, run. If you run this one, right, it will do the compile and all those things, and then it will print out whatever it has done. Okay, so there is multiple ways to run this program. You can right click here also, you can right click the file which you want to run, and you can right click this run, anywhere you can right click. Okay, you will get the same option, and all you need to choose is like no this run. Okay, if you run this one, right, you'll get this one. If you get this one, right, you got all your environment, everything set up successfully.
Excuse me, Bala, I have a pop-up message that's showing me no ID annotations attached to the JDK 1.8, and some issues will not be found apparently. So should I share the screen for you? Or
can you share your screen?
Yeah? Okay, yeah, sure.
I got the same error message.
Okay, let's get rid of that one.
So 1 second. Yeah, see this one here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, click the attach annotations. You see in the right end, right?
And that's all already.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it ran actually. You see it down there,
okay.
Right?
So I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, because I think it's just asking you to attach it actually by the Java files. That's it.
All right, then. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
So let me start my screen. Vasu, did that solve for you as well? Or so fast. So did it?
Yeah.
It solved it. Okay.
Yeah, it
good.
did. Yeah.
Okay. So I assume everyone got this output, right? Okay. So now what we have done is like now we have installed Java and we have installed an IDE. Okay. So yeah, we have installed an IDE and everything is set up properly. Okay. And from next session onwards, like from Wednesday session onwards, we will jump into the coding actually. Okay. We are going to start from the very basic, and then we will plug on right through it. We shouldn't have any of these kind of setting up problems from there onwards. Okay. And quite importantly, from this session everyone was doing it at the same time. From next session onwards, I'll be doing it, and then you won't be doing any of the things what I'm doing at the time, because you need to listen and see what I'm doing. And then once I'm done, right, then you can try it in your machine. And then if you have any doubt, right, I will post the whole recording also. I'll attach the link to that also. Then you can see where you're done wrong or why you're stuck. If you still couldn't solve it, don't worry about asking me. Message me immediately. I will respond to you pretty quickly. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. So do anyone have? I'm going to finish today's session, and then we are going to start again the same time on Wednesday. Okay, which is day after tomorrow. Do anyone have any doubts till now? I assume No. If you have any kind of feedback, right, message me personally, okay? I would love to have your feedback, okay? If I'm going fastly, if I have to change something little bit, okay?
Well, Bharat, sorry, I think it's you with those. I didn't understand a bit when you are explaining about those things in
JVM.
Yeah, because I think I couldn't follow actually.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to listen to the recording again.
Yes,
and then-
I will post that recording. If that recording couldn't suffice you, means like no, I can give you okay. Try
Because
to,
maybe the command prompt where you're typing in and going to change the drives and drive, the directories, which is not for which I don't know those commands, and that's the reason why maybe I'm not following it.
Okay. Just okay. Let us plan how we can solve this problem. Okay, go through the video again. If you still not able to understand, like, no, just communicate with me. Okay, message me. I'm still not able to understand. We'll have an oral conversation. I will call you and then I will explain to you a bit more. Okay. Then what you can do is like no. Then I will explain to you in a bit different way. Okay. Then what you can do is like no. You can go to the JVM and you can learn more read about more about JVM. What JVM is actually. I'm pretty sure once you see the video again, like no, bit slowly, right? You will be able to understand. If you still have doubts, right? Post it in the group itself. We will discuss in the group itself. Okay. Then we will have an oral conversation. Okay. Because that will help you. Okay. If you still have a problem.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, like this, guys. Just if you have any doubt, right, we can. If you're still not able to understand Instagram, if so many of you still have some issues right now, we will redo that. We will talk a bit more about the JVM in the next session also. Okay, so that like no, everyone can understand a bit more. Okay. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. Okay, try to be here at 8 o'clock. Okay.
Bharat, please don't forget to add the recording.
Oh
So
yes,
we can-
don't worry.
yeah?
Yeah, I'll do it tonight itself. Tomorrow morning, I'll post a message once I'm done. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Bala.
No problem. Okay.
Thanks, Bharat.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye.